Hey guys, this is Ashton. Welcome to another video. This is gonna be my first intellectual take video, I guess, as a philosophy major or a future philosophy major in just a couple of weeks. I want to make videos about topics and intellectual things. In fact, you can probably see it in my bio, including the SDSU talk. I also want to talk about just my philosophy and thoughts on things. And today I will be talking about how pranks aren't really harmless anymore. But if you don't agree or think it sounds stupid, let me explain and let's get on to the video. Back then, right, with pranks, they were mostly fake. Like when I was a little kid, which I'm only 17, you know, when I was a little kid, when it came to pranks, they were pretty much fake all the time. It would be like pranks like dudes going up to girls and like pretending they're broke, and then they go into a Lambo and then they're calling girls a gold digger, like even though they were super fake and didn't make any sense. Or it'd be like somebody pranking somebody pretending they cheated on them, and again it would be fake because nobody would do something that stupid realistically. You're gonna lose your relationship, you're gonna lose all credibility, and you're gonna look really douchey. But with modern day pranks, which I feel like these kids is crazy. I really grew up in that generation. They actually do the pranks. Like before they were fake, which I would rather want the fake pranks than the level that some of these people take it to. Like I would genuinely rather have fake stuff. Like they'll be over here doing pranks like faking a miscarriage. Like, of course that isn't a joke, but it would just be a fake video and now give them views and stuff, and people will click on it and little kids be tricked. But now people will actually do that to the extreme, like really do that stuff, which I think is insane because, you know, people really love clout these days, even more than usual. But that's what I mean. Pranks have just gone to a different level of just not being harmless anymore. And with this type of thing, the reason I want to make this video is there's this one guy. If you've ever watched him, I think he's mostly on TikTok and Instagram Reels. His name is Heston James, I think, and he was recently arrested. So Heston James was a prank content creator. I use prank in quotation marks because you can't just call something a prank and then actually do it. Like, that's how it works. Like, what he would do is that he would dress up like an employee and he would come in and say, oh, we're from corporate, we're bringing in all these people, and then he'll bring in just like a dozen dudes dressed in the same corporate uniform, and they'll just be walking around messing with stuff. Now, if you're 14 years old, that may seem funny, and I'm not gonna lie, that felt a little silly to me at first. But then when you really think about it, like it's really not. Like it's really just immature. First of all, he's like 19 or 20. People over here saying, oh, this kid got arrested. He's not a kid. If you're 19 or 20, you're not a kid. Like, I get 19 has teen in it, but when you're 19, you're probably not even living with your parents. You're probably like a sophomore in college, depending on the person. Excuse me. But it's just stupid. Like, literally, and this is the problem I have with it. Because, again, he got arrested. So he would go into these businesses, and he would dress up as the employee, which is illegal. And he would like troll around, you know, he would literally just be going behind the counter messing with stuff, which imagine, just think about it this way. It may seem funny, but it even had, there's this one video, he was at Chipotle. Imagine you're over here, get a burrito at Chipotle, and there were 12 random dudes who don't even work there, don't even wash their hands, which of course I'm not gonna say like they were moving their hands through the food. I'm not accusing them of that. But they're behind the counter, there's procedures, there's regulation, bro. Like, I don't want some random 30-year-old who's in a YouTube video, cringe YouTube video, breathing over my rice and beans. Like, I don't want that. Who would want that? That's disgusting. Like, that just is not, for me, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. But it's like, you're going behind the counter, that's illegal. And people over here talking about how he got like a burglary charge and how he got all these other charges. I don't think, I did hear that the dude's getting 9 years. I don't think the dude should get 9 years, and I don't think he's gonna get that much. I think that's just the maximum sentence. But he should definitely get jail time, I'm not gonna lie. Well, maybe not jail time, probably community service. Maybe some little house arrest or something, because there's no way you're like that'll trying to go and mess around in these businesses. And again, if y'all think these are harmless, I think this is the video that actually got him arrested. He went into a like mechanical shop, and him and his guys were literally messing with dudes' cars. Like, this isn't like some big corporate billionaire place where it's silly. Like, this isn't like a big business. It's a literal mechanic shop. You're going around messing with people's cars. Of course it's illegal. Like, why would I want some random dude messing around with my car and then he ends up breaking something, and then what happens then? Like, no. And again, people like are hard defending them. Like, can't people do pranks anymore? Can't people even do jokes anymore? Like, it isn't a prank if we're actually doing it. Like, if I joke with my friends, like, imagine if I just snuck behind the counter and did this. But then there's this other dude actually going behind the counter messing with stuff that just isn't a joke. Like, I feel like in this day and age, people take using it's just a joke too far. Because at one point is it a joke, and at what point is it offensive? Like, for example, let me think. I think that there's just a threshold which can be kind of hard to do. Like, of course, a threshold between offensive and not offensive when it comes to jokes. Because I feel like there's usually always going to be a certain person in the punchline. Not as if you should use jokes to hate on a certain group. My meaning is in sometimes comedy is best when it is derived from pain, which is why I'm so funny. And why I think, people who are usually the funniest are usually like the people who probably went through the most stuff, because they cope with that. Like, I cope with stuff with comedy. I love it. It's funny. I think it's amazing. One of my favorite things ever. But it's just really bad when you can tell that somebody just doesn't have anything to do but use their comedy to hurt other people, I guess. And I know it sounds sensitive. I'm going off this stuff. I'm not saying just Heston James, because technically isn't like hurting somebody, which honestly he is like the lower echelon of pranks, unironically, with a lot of stuff. Like, he doesn't like physically hurt people, which a lot of other pranksters do, which I at least can kind of respect him for that. Like, bro, this dude was legitimately, not even kidding, legitimately, which hopefully, I can find the clip. His people were underneath people's cars. They had drills. If I'm paying that mechanic, I'm expecting the mechanic to knock his block off. I'm expecting him to put that wrench to use if some random dudes are coming in trying to mess with my car that I spend money on, bro. Like, it was not harmless. And I've heard people say, and it is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I've heard people say, well, why is this guy getting 9 years but Diddy's free? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Diddy shouldn't be in jail. I'm not gonna defend bro. Nope, I'm not doing that. But I hate people who are like, well, there's this gigantic problem. This other problem's a little, or not a little bit smaller, obviously, but smaller, so we should ignore the smaller problem. You can do both. Throw both of them in jail. You don't think he can go to jail just because this celebrity like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, this guy punched me in the eye 12 times and flicked my kid in the face, but Diddy's still out, so it doesn't matter. Like, what? That's stupid. Like, again, it's like no critical thinking from people. Like, he can still go to jail, and honestly, he probably should, because again, trespassing, he's done it so many times. Like, you can't just get away with stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I wish I could go into private businesses, walk in, do whatever, and then like just call it a prank. Which, I gotta be honest, bro, if Heston was a little bit of this, if Heston was that, bro, I'm not even gonna say it, but you know what I mean. If Heston was a little bit of this, bro, it would not be a harmless prank. I gotta be honest, he probably would be in jail for 9 years. But I would probably find it kind of funny if Heston came in and did it, and then maybe brought in the people but didn't do it too far. Like, they were just sitting there lined up, not messing around with all the facilities, which is weird. And then like he left after being told to leave like twice. But if somebody tells you to leave like 10 times and you're not leaving, that's trespassing. Even with regular people. Like, if I go into a business and they're over here like, oh, well, we refuse you service, then you gotta leave. or you get the cops called on you. Like, Heston isn't some like super being, like he can just get away with crimes. Like, bro, this, you're not getting a get out of jail free card. This is Monopoly. Like, hopefully I can pull it up and get some footage or something. But there have literally been pranks where people will go up to somebody and then just like insult them, just like insult their mama, insult them, call them every single slurring word in the book. And I feel like, again, people probably don't, if you know what rage bait is, it's when you just try to do something to make somebody mad. There's a difference between like a prank and rage bait and then just like harassing random strangers. Like, you can't just go up to somebody and be like, yo, your mom was on me last night, and then be over here like, no, the camera's there, it's a prank, it's a prank. Like, and half the time they end up getting hands put on. And I gotta be honest, with these pranksters, I kind of wish somebody would knock their teeth out, because there's no way you think you have critical thinking skills to go up to somebody and make jokes, like do some weird like things where like people will go up and make advances at some dude's girlfriend in front of them and then make it seem like a prank, and then everyone like, and then they'll edit it and make it look like they're just trolling, and the person who's protecting their girlfriend from some creep is like the weirdo. Like, bro, if you go up to my girlfriend and start sexually harassing her, that isn't a prank. Like, that isn't how it works. Like, that isn't really how pranks or rage bait works. But yeah, it's just insane because people just take it to a whole nother level. Like, I really think people are mixing harmless with doesn't kill or something. Like, a prank cannot be harmless. You know what causing harm is, right? Let me use my phone, actually. I'm gonna look up what harm means. Let me see. Let's look up the dictionary, like the dictionary word for harm, okay? Sorry. Physical injury, especially one that is deliberately inflicted. Physical injury. People over here talking about it, if it's a harmless prank, okay. Physically injure, damage the health of, have an adverse effect on. So of course, like, it depends on the definition, really. Like, it can mean like physically hurting somebody, but you can definitely harm somebody and do detriment to someone by like messing up a business or just messing up their day. Like, it's really only funny to the people watching. If a prank isn't really funny to most of the people in the room, I just don't think it should be grabbed as good of a prank. But yeah, there's this one video, okay, which hopefully I can find it on the screen. This one video. This dude literally goes up to a man massaging his girlfriend's buns and says, hey, do you need some help with that? And people over here like it was literally top 5 harmless pranks. That's not a harmless prank. That's kind of sexual harassment. Like, going up to somebody and be like, hey, can I massage your booty cheeks? Like, that's not a harmless prank. And then again, the boyfriend was defending the girlfriend, and then people were over here acting like the boyfriend was corny. If some dude goes up to my girl and asks to touch her butt cheeks, I should legally and morally be able to slap him. Like, the cops should be able to just like stand there and let me do it. It really just does make sense. But to end my point, just because a prank doesn't physically hurt someone doesn't mean it's not bad. And we should probably try to hold back on the pranks, because at least with these days, pranks are mostly sexual harassment, racism, sexism, like all types of bad stuff. I know it just seems like I'm going down the list of isms, but dude, like, it isn't a prank to just be over here like causing somebody to cry or to ruin their day or just to be a jerk just for content. Like, I feel like people do that way too much, because that's how you probably blow up the easiest, using somebody else to joke around and make them feel bad and stuff. I would rather it, once again, I'll say it again, I don't care. I would rather you make a fake video of somebody getting hurt than a real video of somebody getting hurt and then you're a jerk, okay? Like, shooting poop all over somebody's car isn't a funny video. Assaulting them isn't a funny video. Stealing something from them isn't a funny video. These aren't pranks. And I know that all the people who are into that stuff and watch it, if it happened to them, you'll be feeling the same way. When the shoe's on the other foot, you're gonna be crying too. So I just hope that all the people who enjoy stuff like that, hopefully they'll be able to find out how great it really is, you know? But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, give me your thoughts, because hopefully I'm not being sensitive or whatever, which I'm not. But, you know, tell me what you think, and hopefully you like this intellectual talk. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all.